Hello, and welcome to my channel. Here are 5 fun facts about alligators. Number 1. Alligator tears. When you think of an alligator, you likely picture a scary, mean creature that only wants to do harm. You can see why this would be a reasonable assumption when you consider how aggressive they seem in movies and TV shows like The Crocodile and the Lizard. It seems then that if you were ever to encounter one in real life, you should keep your distance. Well, for the most part, that is correct. They are wild animals after all, so they could potentially hurt you. But there is one behavior that they exhibit that is actually quite sad. Even though they look mean, they aren't always feeling mean. Sometimes they can feel more like crying. You see, sometimes they will cry. Yes, these reptiles have been known to shed tears. This might seem bizarre, but scientists believe it happens for a few reasons. First, it could be because they are in pain or distressed by something. Second, it could be because of bright lights. And third, they may cry simply out of frustration. It's unclear whether they feel sadness the same way we do, but it does seem like they can experience some type of negative emotion that leads them to cry. However, the scientific consensus is that they don't cry because they're sad. Instead, they're showing signs of distress. Either way, it's kind of sad and certainly unexpected. Number 2, not just found in the swamp. If you were asked to name a place where you could find an alligator, what would you say? Maybe you'd say the swamp, or maybe the bayou. Either answer would be totally reasonable. After all, those are places with lots of water, which is what alligators need to survive. However, even though many alligators live in these types of environments, that doesn't mean they can only be found there. In fact, they can often be seen in other areas near water, such as lakes, ponds, and rivers. In Florida, they can even be found in the ocean. This may sound surprising, since they are cold-blooded creatures. Shouldn't they live somewhere warm? Surprisingly, no. While they do prefer warmer temperatures, they can actually adapt to different climates, even colder ones. As long as they have access to bodies of water, they should be okay. That's why you can find them living all over the southern United States. And yes, even in places like Louisiana and Florida, they're not just found in the swamp. No. 3. They have teeth. This might seem like an odd thing to point out, but it's important to know just how many teeth alligators have. After all, they use them to eat their prey. So it's good to understand how exactly they're able to do this. Well, as of right now, scientists believe adult American alligators have 74 to 80 teeth. On top of that, they have between 22 and 26 lower teeth. That's a lot of chunks. Now, you may be wondering why this is important. Why do we need to know how many teeth they have? Well, it has to do with how they eat. See, their teeth are designed to slice through flesh and crush bone. Plus, they don't chew their food. Instead, they swallow it whole. That means their teeth are really important when it comes to subduing and consuming their meal. That's why it's important to know how many they have. After all, more teeth generally means they can take down larger prey. Also, if you happen to be a gator and lose a tooth, you still have plenty of backups to chomp with. Number 4, eggs don't need to be fertilized. When it comes to baby making, there are 2 ways to go about it. One way is sexual reproduction, which is when a female needs to mate with the male in order to get pregnant. The other way is through a process called parthenogenesis. In short, the female doesn't need a male to get pregnant. She can just do it on her own. Now, this may sound strange, but it's not unheard of in the animal world. In fact, some species of reptiles do this more than others. For example, Komodo dragons are known to reproduce in this manner. So while it may be shocking to some, it's not that surprising when it comes to gators. Parthenogenesis has been observed in several species of snakes and lizards. In fact, it was first discovered in a species of whiptail lizard in 1951. Since then, several other species have been found to reproduce this way. It's unclear whether alligators do this, but it hasn't been ruled out. If anything, it would make sense that they would, since other reptiles do it. Number 5, a strong bite. Alligators are powerful creatures. They can move quickly both in and out of the water. They can also chomp down on their food with incredible force. In fact, they have the strongest bite of any living animal. That means they can easily take down prey that other predators can't. Their bite is so strong that it can be measured in pounds per square inch. The larger the alligator, the stronger their bite. According to a study conducted in 2011, the average bite force of an American alligator is 2,125 psi. To put this into perspective, a lion has a bite force of around 1,000 psi. Humans have a bite force of 120 to 200 psi. There's no doubt that alligators have incredibly powerful bites. They can use them to take down large prey and defend themselves from threats. Their bite is so strong that it's been known to break bones. So if you ever find yourself in the unfortunate situation of being bitten by an alligator, you should brace yourself for some serious pain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel to learn more about amazing creatures from around the world. Have you ever seen an alligator? What about a crocodile? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time. Bye.